Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to my official 2025 Super League ladder predictions and season preview. And we've got a special guest on the line as well. Now, you won't be able to see him because his camera isn't working, but you should be able to hear him through the audio via satellite. CJ Moxley is on the line. He was with us last year doing a lot of Super League tipping videos and whatnot. CJ, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. It's good to be back on the channel. Super League season upon us. It's good vibes.
Mate, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you on. As always, we are, as the live stream has just begun, we are 35 days away from the Super League season getting underway. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big season. Obviously, hoping myself and Red Devils have a good season. I'm obviously, CJ, you'll be hoping for Warrington for another big year.
Let's hope so.
It's going to be fantastic, man. Obviously, the trial games, the preseason trial games are coming up really soon as well. So look forward to that. But the Super League season, literally 35 days away. It's not far at all. So it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year ahead. And I just want to say quickly, guys, if you're new around here, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel as we are live streaming this. It is Friday night, January 10, 2025, man. We are we're doing this on a late Friday night, so good stuff. And CJ, I appreciate you for being here as always. Hello to the chat. I want to say hello to the chat quickly, the live chat. We got one of the greats in the chat there. We got Paddy G. He says,
Paddy. Good to see you.
He says it's Catalan's city, baby. You'll see where I have Catalans. You'll see. Hello to Jeffrey. Hello to Sean, all the way over there in the UK. The big Warrington fan. One of the most passionate Warrington fans I've come across. He's always at the games, banging the drum. And shout out to Sean, very loyal supporter of the channel, and he loves the Super League. It's good to see. Luke Melbourne Storm fan is there. We got Fox Star. We got Will. Everyone rolling in. SS Storm fan. All right, CJ, what should we start with here, man? Like, do you want to start with the ladder prediction? Do you want to start with something else? What do you want to start with?
Let's start with our top try scorer, I think.
All right, top try scorer. The Super League top try scorer for 2025. There's plenty of people that could win this. Obviously, last year it was Liam Marshall. And Matty Ashton was up there along with Mikey Lewis. Yep. There was a few weird ones up there last year. But who are you predicting, CJ, to be the top try scorer?
Well, I'm predicting he was a great try scorer in the NRL for your boys, the Cowboys. I'm predicting Kyle Feldt to come over to the UK and score a good amount of tries. I'm going to predict exactly 24 tries over there. I think if you can do it in the NRL, in the top level, I think he can do it over there very well as well. So I think Kyle Feldt's going to have a great try-scoring year, and he'll get the top try-scorer in 2025.
Well, this is one of the only predictions I think we actually agree on. So I'm actually with you. I also think Kyle Feldt will be the top try-scorer in the Super League. Now, look, obviously Micah Sevo could be another good shout there at the Leeds Rhinos. Ryan Hall in potentially his last season. You've got Liam Marshall. He could be another chance once again. Matty Ashton could be up there. Josh Charnley. Like, there's plenty of guys. Plenty of guys that could win the top try scorer. But I'm with you, CJ. And look, we got a lot of different predictions, but this is the only one we agree on. Kyle Feldt, top try scorer for 2025. I think it's a big chance. I'm going to say he scores 25 tries.
Yeah, he'll go over 20, I reckon.
I think last year Liam Marshall scored 20. Yeah, it was around 27, I think he scored last year. So, yeah, I'm with you. He scored quite a few, 27, 28. I'm with you. Kyle Feldt, top try scorer. I'll go 25 tries, though. All right. What should we do next, CJ? Any suggestions?
Let's move to our Challenge Cup predictions.
Challenge Cup. All right, Challenge Cup, guys. I love the Challenge Cup. Every year, myself or Red Devils always they're thereabouts, but they never get through. We'll start with you. What's your Challenge Cup prediction?
My Challenge Cup prediction is is Wigan versus Catalans. I think they're
Really?
both going to have a big season ahead, and I think they'll both advance to the Challenge Cup final. My winners are actually going to be Catalans. I'm pretty sure they've won it before.
They have,
And
yes.
topping Wigan is obviously a monumental task, but I think with the team they have, they definitely got to get some sort of silverware, and I think that'll be the Challenge Cup.
Look, it's a good prediction, and I would not be surprised if this one does happen. But I'm going to go a little bit different. I think Wigan care more about obviously winning the grand final and looking for 3 in a row. And look, Wigan can be beaten on their day. There's no doubt about it. Every team can be beaten on their day. But I'm going to go a really bold Challenge Cup final prediction, CJ. I'm actually going to go with Hull KR, who were in last year's grand final, and I reckon they're going to play Leeds.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I
I'm
can
going to
see that
go a
happening.
rough one. I'm going to go a rough one here. Like I think Brad Arthur is going to have Leeds in a big game this year in some capacity, and I'm going to say it'll be the Challenge Cup final, and I reckon Hull KR. Hull KR are a very good side, and we saw last year how good they were. They got to the grand final, obviously just fell short to Wigan on grand final day. But it's a bold call, but hey, it's an unpredictable season. I know everyone thinks there's only 2 teams that can win the comp, but there's always an outsider somewhere. And I think Hull KR versus Leeds in the Challenge Cup final, it would be great for the Super League to have a couple of different teams in there. So I'm going to say Hull KR versus Leeds in the Challenge Cup, but I'm going to say Hull KR actually win the Challenge Cup.
Yep, they've missed out on a couple of silverware over the last year to two, so
They have.
This would be good for them.
All right, let's get to the ladder prediction.
All right.
Let's get to the ladder prediction, CJ. So we're going to start with you, my friend. CJ's 2025 ladder prediction. CJ, I reckon we should go from bottom to top, to be honest.
Yeah, no worries. Let's do it, man.
So obviously, the relegation has changed a little bit now, but who's going to come last?
Oh, I've got Wakefield coming last. It's probably the most predictable result of the season. I just feel like every other team has more quality in their side. And I know Darryl Powell, he's an experienced coach, but I just think the quality of the team at Wakefield, probably they'll win a few games here and there. They might even cause a couple upsets against the bigger sides, but I think they're going to be competitive, but I think they get relegated come season's end.
All right, fair enough. In 11th, you've gone with Castleford, haven't you?
Yeah, look, Castleford fans don't like me. This is the 4th year in a row I've had them bottom 2, but I mean, they got Tex Hoy, which is a solid signing, and the Senior brothers, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just same thing as Wakefield. I just think there's more quality in other teams, and Castleford, they don't really phase me as a team that's going to improve this year. So, yeah, tough stuff there for Castleford.
All right. What about 10th? Who do you reckon gets 10th spot?
I think Hollis C get 10th.
The Black and Whites.
I think they're going to improve in the way where their football will be better. Obviously, they brought in a good signing in John Asiata. Their coach, John Cartwright, he's a good coach. So, yeah, look, I think 10th probably isn't going to reflect the way they play, but I think just like the other reasons, there's just better teams in front of them, I think.
All right, fair enough. What about 9th?
I've got the Huddersfield Giants. I'm a big fan of the signing of Tom Burgess. He's going to add a lot to their pack, Tom Burgess. They get Tane Milne and Jacob Gagai from Souths, who I think Jacob Gagai is going to be really great for him. I think he'll slot in the fullback very well. And I'm very interested to see how their coach goes, Luke Robinson, I'm pretty sure his name is. Huddersfield have shown that they do have quality in their team, but they only made finals a couple of years ago. But I don't think they're ready for finals just yet.
Fair call. 8th.
Eighth, I've got your boy Salford. Oh, look, it comes down to a few things.
God damn
Unfortunately,
it.
financial hardship stuff might hurt a little bit, especially if you do got to release a few players. There's no doubt quality in your team. You got the likes of Jack Omeroyd, Mark Sneed, Ryan Briley, but I just think you're going to lose Nene McDonald at the season's end, and I think just you might lose a few players before the season begins. So that's probably a factor in my.
Don't go there.
That's probably a factor in why I have Salford missing the finals. But you have shocked a lot of people the last couple of years, so
Yeah,
you never
fair
know.
enough. All right, 7th. Now, this is
Seventh.
controversial because top 6 is obviously need to finish top 6 for the finals. Who's the unlucky team to finish 7th?
Oh, the unlucky team is the Lee Leopards, mate.
Oh,
They lose a bit of quality. John Asiata, Kai O'Donnell, Matt Moylan retires, and they got Lachlan Lamb, they got Josh Charnley, they got quality in their team, but I felt at points last year they were too inconsistent, and I just don't think they're going to make it.
all right, fair enough. Fair enough. If you reckon that's the case, 6, the top 6, CJ.
I think just sneaking in, I've got St. Helens.
Wow.
Look, let's be realistic. They're still a class team, but they're aging. Their team's aging, so I think it's not going to hurt them, but it's going to. They're not going to be the same Saints as.
Do you think Paul Whelan survives though if they get 6?
If they get 6, I think he gets the sack only because. Well, there was talks that he was under pressure all of last year when their team was injured, and something like that. So, if he's under pressure like he was last year, then I think he gets the sack if they come 6. So that's just my opinion.
Very high expectations.
And if Alex Moxley goes down and Lomax, then I think they're in for a bit of a rough one.
All right, 5th place. Who do you reckon gets 5th?
Got the Leeds Rhinos.
Ooh.
I'm a big fan of Leeds heading into this season. I know I always talk him up every season, but Brad Arthur, he's a great coach. He gets a full pre-season with Leeds now. The additions of Mike Acevo, Ryan Hall. I know Ryan Hall's aging, but he's still a great try scorer. Mike Acevo, also another prolific try scorer. The addition of Jake Connor, I think if he can stay fit and just keep his head down, then they got a really great signing there. And the only concern for me for Leeds is probably their bench, probably a bit too small. But other than that, their team has enough to compete. And I think they could be a dark horse this season. Brad Arthur will get them into shape, I think.
All right, fair enough. Now, the top 4, 4th place. Yep. Who gets 4th?
4th, I've got the grand finalist runners-up of Hull KR, Hull
Kingston Rovers.
Right. Look, great team. They obviously add a player like Reece Martin, which is a class addition. They get Jared Warrior-Hargraves, which I'm not a fan
Could
of.
Be hit and miss. Could be really hit and miss.
And look, the team hasn't really changed over too much. So I feel like they'll still be up there. I don't know if they're going to be as good as last year, but I still think they'll be there just about competing for a spot in the grand final again.
All right, 3rd.
I've got my boys, Dwyer, Warrington Wolves.
Yeah.
Well, we've only lost a couple players, and I think the team's fine. Sam Burgess is building something really good there. I think Matt Duffy is going to be in for a massive season. I really like the halves, especially if we develop that Leon Hayes.
He's solid,
now that I believe that, I think Josh Drinkwater's left the club, so we'll probably go Hayes and Williams.
I like it.
Yeah, the team's we've added quality to the team. I really like what Sam brings. You noticed last year that the team was a lot more fitter compared to what it was under Darryl Powell. So I think we just got to start winning games that we're meant to. I noticed a few times last year we probably dropped games that we shouldn't have. So probably just fix the consistency and we can go a long way.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. 2nd.
I've got the reigning premiers. I've got Wigan.
Ooh,
look, it's hard to put Wigan anywhere outside of the bottom the top four. I don't like them, but they're a class team. Obviously, Wigan quality all around the park, and they're going to be hard to beat again. You see their team on paper and on the field. It's incredible. Matty Peets is a great coach. Can't deny it, and it's going to be hard seeing anyone really topple Wigan this year. But just another good year for them coming in.
All right, and top you've got Catalans. Then
I've got Catalans on top. Yeah, they missed the finals last year, which was a bit of a shock. But you look at their team on paper, man. They brought a lot of quality. Luke Keary, experienced halves, won 3 premierships in the NRL. Tavita Pengai Jr., if he can keep his discipline to a low, if he can keep his discipline under control, he'll be really good, man. Such a beast. Sam Tompkins going around another season. And if he goes down, they got
so many good signings, man. Catalans, so many good signings.
Look at their backline. Their backline is wild, and then their halves, I think, are going to connect well. Their forward pack, you got Pangai, Whitehead, Tarek Sims. So they've got a lot of good quality. And I think their coach, Steve McNamara, I think he's a good coach. They've been to 2 grand finals in the last 5 years, so I'm expecting big things from Catalan this year. I think they'll get the League Leaders Shield.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your ladder. We will now get to mine.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I just want to say quickly, my ladder prediction is going to shock a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
I've got a couple of really surprises. Now, I don't want to upset anyone. If you support a certain team and I don't have your team in the finals, then it is what it is. All right, 12th, obviously, I'm going with Wakefield, man. I think Wakefield are looking terrible. They may have a couple of good players on their roster, but they're not going to win enough games against the other Super League teams. So Wakefield will come last. They're going to be dreadful. 11th, it's going to be the Castleford Tigers. Look, how many games are Castleford really going to win? Like, have they really improved their roster much? I don't believe they have. It just looks like more of the same old stuff from Castleford, like last season. Hard to see them winning a lot of games. 10th, I'm going with Huddersfield here. I don't mind the signing of Tom Burgess. I think it's a good pickup, but how reliant are Huddersfield going to be on Tom Burgess? Is he going to be what Chris Hill was for the Giants? I don't know, man. Huddersfield are a tough team to work out. I don't think they're going to be doing a whole lot. They might win a couple of games, but I think they're a little bit better than Wakefield and Castleford, but not by much. Not by much, to be honest. 9th, I'm going to go Hull FC. Look, a bit like what CJ was saying before about John Cartwright coming in. I think Jordan Rapana is a really good signing for Hull FC. I think Aiden Caesar is a really good signing for Hull FC. I think Hull FC have got the right players coming in, but it's just a matter of a Hull FC going to win enough games against the teams that I have above Hull FC. Are the black and whites going to be able to beat those sides and be competitive enough? Look, would not be surprised if they are around top 6. They could be the surprise packet, but until I actually see it from Rapana and Caesar and the coaching of John Cartwright, then it's going to have to be a wait and see thing for Hull FC. 8, Lee Leopards. It's a controversial pick, but I think Kai O'Donnell, big loss. He was very good for Lee last year. It was very important. Moylan's gone. So more pressure now on Lockie Lamb in the halves with Gareth O'Brien. I don't know, man. Asiata's a big loss. I think they gained Isaac Liu, CJ. Is that right?
Yeah, Isaac Liu, Tessie New, and Alec Tuvaki.
Yeah, look. They lose Hardacre and Latelli, and they get Tessie New. That's going to be really hit and miss. And I think John Asiata's a lot better than Isaac Liu. So tough one for me. I don't think the Leopards make the finals this year. I think they fall back a little bit. Now, 7th. This is where the big controversial call comes in. And I know that this fan base are going to be fuming about this. But again, this is just my ladder prediction and this is my opinion. So in 7th, I'm going to go with St. Helens. They're missing the finals. They are missing the finals, and I'll tell you why. They have an aging roster. Wormsley's getting older. Johnny Lomax is getting older. Daryl Clark's getting older. Metallica just retired. They are in trouble, in my opinion. I think
Moses
Paul
Mbach
Wellens
could
is
be
under a
off.
lot of pressure. I don't think he will see the season out. I think he'll be sacked by mid-season. And you got to remember, Tristan Saylor is coming into the team. He was a backup player in the NRL. They're talking about him playing 5'8". I don't know about that. He's a fullback. And then if you put Wellsby to 5'8", I don't even know if that's going to work. So you got to try and fit those two in the same team. And one of them are not going to be playing their natural position. So
And they could be losing Moses Mbach to the Panthers as well.
there's a rumor of that. And Mark Percival, much as Mark Percival is a good center, he is not getting any younger. And neither is Conrad Harrell and a few others. So, look, man, if Saylor's in the halves, like Sean is saying in the chat, I don't like that. A lot of pressure on Johnny Lomax. And I think Saints are in trouble. I think they're on the decline. But I don't think they'll be on the decline for long. I think 2026 they'll be right back up there with a new coach and probably some new players. But I think 25 could be a tough year for St. Helens. It's top 6. We're going to go with Leeds in 6. Leeds look good. Brad Arthur, we know how good of a job he did at the back end of 2024, but he did come in very late when Leeds were in a terrible position. Now that he's had a full preseason, a full off-season with Leeds, bringing in Jake Connor, who I think, if you know me, I've been a big Jake Connor fan for a very long time. Things just didn't work out at Huddersfield. We all know that. But Jake Connor coming in, Sevo's going to be on the wing. Brody Croft will probably have a better season. Reece Martin is a big loss, but I think Kenan Palacia coming in is a good signing. I like the look of the Rhinos. I think they make the finals. I do agree with CJ's earlier point. I think their bench is a bit of a weak link, but as long as Sam Lasone is still on the bench, they are going to have impact. So Leeds are in my finals. 5th, I've got to back my boys. I've got to back Salford in. Now, I know there's a few financial problems going on with potentially losing players and whatnot, but as we're live streaming this on January 10, Salford's team looks really good. Obviously, Isan Masters in the centres is going to be a big pickup. McDonald's still there with Laffey, Briley. Jaden Nikorima didn't come into Salford till like mid-season last year, and Nikorima and Sneed are full preseason together. Obviously, that's going to be better for the run. I do worry about the loss of Oliver Partington, but I think Joe Shorrock's going to 13 is going to be a big one. That's going to be really important. I hope he goes well there. But I do think the addition of Sanger from Leeds, I think that's a really good signing. I think he's a French forward. He's a weapon, man. So I'm keen to see how he goes, but I think we can sneak in the finals again. I think we can overcome the odds, as you could say. 4th, I'm going with your boy CJ and going with the Wire in 4th.
Let's go. I'll take it.
I think, obviously, Leon Hayes might take a little bit of time to adjust in the halves with George Williams, but I think it's a combination that's building, and I do like the Warrington side. I think Lachlan Fitzgibbon will have a much better season.
Luke Yates another year.
What's that?
I said Luke Yates another year. He'll build.
Luke Yates is a really good player, man. And look, if Duffy stays fit, you know he's going to be a Man of Steel contender. So Warrington, Sam Burgess at the helm. They'll be there somewhere. I got him in 4th. Now 3rd, last year's grand finalist Hull KR. Now look, I do worry about Hull KR, that second year thing, trying to back up what they did last season. And Hull KR will be very hard to beat at Craven Park. Like, there's no doubt about that. Like, CJ, we know how good Hull KR are at Craven Park. And
yeah, they didn't lose much there, did they?
They got some great players in that team, man. Like Joe Burgess on the wing. Hopefully he has another good season. But yeah, Hull KR, man. I'm really intrigued to see how they go. Really, really intrigued to see how they go this year. But Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least with the Rovers. I got him in third spot. Should have a good season. Mikey Lewis, he's the one to watch. He's the man. Second, Catalans. CJ, you spoke about this before, man. Some of their signings. Pangai Jr. Who else they got there? They got bloody
Kotrick,
Nick Kotrick. They got Luke Keary, Elliot
Remus
Whitehead.
Smith.
There's so Remus Smiths. They got so many good players. Catalan Dragons for me. Obviously, they've made 2 grand finals in the last 6 years. This team looks like they're probably this Catalan's team could be better than those other ones. Honestly,
They've topped up with experience as well.
yes, and Oliver Partington going there as well. Big signing.
Yeah, that's a good one for them.
Really good team, man. Really good team. And if Tompkins goes down, you can just put Arthur Morg straight back to fullback, and it's all good. So, really good team, Catalans. I think they'll be hard to beat. And Wigan, well, let's face it, they'll be top 2. I reckon they'll finish first. Great team. We don't even need to go over that team. We know how good it is. They'll be hard to beat, Wigan. It'll be very hard to beat. Very hard team to beat. Quality team. Like them or hate them, they're just a quality side. High quality team. All right. Well, that's the ladder predictions out of the way, CJ.
Yeah, interesting. I'm sure we'll get some agree, some disagree, but
We're definitely going to have that.
very interesting ladders.
All right. Man of Steel.
Oh, all right.
Man of Steel. Who do you like for Man of Steel this year?
Listen, call me biased, but I'm backing in our boy Matt Duffy. I think he's due for 1A. He's been close last couple of years, I think. Obviously, there's been some great competitors around him, like Mikey Lewis and Bevan French, and go on. But I think this year, Matt Duffy, another year under Sam Burgess, another year that Warrington should make the top 6 at least. And I think Matt Duffy is going to have a great season. I think he's going to do well in assists, in tries, in individual performance. We all know how class of a fullback Matt Duffy is. So, yeah, look, I'm backing him for a massive year. I think it'll be his best year to date. So, yeah, Matt Duffy for the Man of Steel, back it in.
Well, think about it, right? If Warrington finish top 4, like we both think they will, if Duffy scores 20 tries,
good chance, yeah.
And he has, I don't know, a bunch of try assists, and he's in phenomenal form. There's no reason why he won't win it. It's not a bad prediction.
Yeah, I've got to back him in. He's due for one.
Well, I'm going to go with someone that's a little bit boring, but we all know how good of a player he is. He's elite. He's probably one of the best players in the Super League, if not the best. And look, it's boring for a lot of people, but I'm going to go Bevan French. Wigan, they are going to be a top 2 team, maybe third at worst if they get injuries. But Bevan French, arguably the best player in the Super League when everyone is fit and healthy. He's won it before. Sure. I reckon he might just go for another one. Wigan are going to be hard to beat, and I'm going to go Bevan French for the Man of Steel. Now, CJ.
Fair call.
The big one.
Oh, here we go.
The 2025 Super League Grand Final. Wow. What are you going with?
Well, look, I haven't backed him in a couple of years, so I've got to do it this year when we're in a good position. I've gone with the Warrington Wolves, the Catalan Dragons. I think, yeah, mate, this will be a great grand final. Both teams looking to win for the first time in a long time. I think Catalans haven't won anything at all, so it'll be a great grand final. I trust Sam Burgess. He almost got us there last year. Bit of a controversy, but he almost got us there, and I'm trusting him to take us back there. And I think Catalans, their team speaks for itself, so they'll be tough to beat, and I reckon they'll get there as well. So I'm tipping a wire Catalans grand final. Haven't backed us in for the last 2 years, so I think if there's a time to do it, it's now.
I'm assuming you're tipping Warrington to win it?
Oh, mate. I know we say it every year, but it's our year. Sam Burgess' army. We're coming.
All right. Well, my grand final for 2025 is Wigan versus Catalans.
All
I'm
right.
actually pretty confident with this. Like, if you guys watched my predictions last year, I said it would be a Wigan Hull KR grand final. Wigan go back to back. Green tick. And I also said Mikey Lewis would win the Man of Steel. Green tick.
Yep,
So,
you did.
and I also said Salford would finish higher than Leeds. Another green tick. So, a couple of bangers last year. But Wigan and Catalans, I think Wigan are the team to beat. I think they are the benchmark team. They are the juggernaut of the Super League. And again, the only thing stopping them from winning it again is injuries, and they're just going to be a hard team to beat. But then you look at this Catalans team, CJ, like we spoke about this a lot, especially off camera. Like, they have got a NRL type quality team here. And
Yeah, no, it's not
it's
just
unbelievable.
NRL rookies; it's experienced veterans that know how to win.
And if they knuckle down and they win their games in Perpignan there, over there in France, they win their home games and they come on the road and they win, an away game at Hull KR, they win at Craven Park, or if they go to the totally wicked stadium and knock off St Helens, or if they go and beat Wigan at the DW Stadium, like, they're gonna be talked about as a hell of a team, man. And they've got NRL
Could be a
quality
statement.
all over the park. Like, you look at Sam Tompkins, he's a winner and a leader. Nick Kotrick's a great player. Ikavalu, Makinson's won grand finals. He knows how to get it done. You look at Luke Keary, for crying out loud. Luke Keary won 3 comps in the NRL. Theo Farge has won before at Saints. You've got guys like Tarek Sims, experience.
Whitehead knows how to get there too.
Who's that? Say again.
I said Elliot Whitehead knows how to get to a big game
Elliot Whitehead has played in big games. You got Tavita Pangai Jr., who could be the enforcer for the Catalan Dragons. I think Catalans are going to win the grand final this year. I think they're going to beat Wigan in the grand final. I'm tipping Catalans.
Their first title.
And look, I know it's hard to tip Catalans.
I'll be there.
I understand it's difficult to tip Catalans to win anything, but this is the best Catalans team on paper I think they've ever produced. Honestly.
Oh, it's got to be up there.
You go back to that team they had against Saints and that team they had against Wigan. They fell short. I think this team's better. They got better experienced players. They got more attack in them, I believe, and they got quality forwards. Oliver Partington is coming in. That's a great signing. Oliver Partington could be the most underrated pickup of the year. Like, I'm tipping Catalans to beat Wigan in the grand final, but hey, if Wigan win 3 in a row, it wouldn't shock me either.
So we both got Catalans from missing the finals to potentially get into a grand final.
Well, it's a hell of a team. It's a hell of a team, and
can't deny
if they're going to win a comp, then it's now, because I think they're ready to go. Wigan, Catalans grand final. I'm tipping Catalans to win. You're going, what was it, Catalans and Warrington?
Yeah, and I'm tipping the Y to get it done for the first time in a long time.
All right, well, that's pretty much all the predictions wrapped up now. We've done everything that we have come on here to do. CJ, thank you very much for that. It's been a lot of fun doing these Super League 2025 predictions, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's good doing this again. Looking forward to doing it this year.
Looking forward to round 1 tips.
Oh, it's not too long away now.
35 days to go, brother. 35 days to go.
Let's hope for a good year for both of us. And yeah, it's good to have the Super League coming up soon.
Well, I mean, personally, on a personal level, I'd love it to be Salford Warrington in the finals or the grand final. But
that'd be huge. That'd be great.
Anyway, I'm going with Catalans to win the comp, and you're going with Warrington.
Yeah, I'll back the boys in this year.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for my NRL 2025 predictions. Anyway, until then, have a good night. And come on, go Salford.